All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time when we go ahead and talk about some of these banger raid weapons from the Salvation's Edge raid, as we finally have the perk pools for them. And in this video, the one that we're going to be highlighting and talking about, believe it or not, is the bow. I know that might catch some of you guys off guard, because generally on this channel, at least, we don't really talk about bows like that. However, game recognizes game, and I'm recognizing that this bow is packing some punch. Not a pack a punch, doesn't cost 5,000 points, but it just naturally packs a punch. Why? Well, let's just say that this is a bow that we've been waiting to receive for close to 2 years now. As one of the most beloved bows in this entire game that we all know is the Trinity Ghoul. This thing is an absolute menace, and especially lower end content, you can kind of just literally hip fire it, brain dead, just continuously chain the lightning rod over and over again, assuming that you at least have the catalyst, because that's what makes Trinity Ghoul the best ad clearing bow in the game, and one of the best ad clearing weapons. And in season 18, when we first got introduced to the perk Volt Shot, we were all thinking to ourselves, man, when will Bungie add Volt Shot to a legendary bow so we can have, in a sense, a legendary Trinity Ghoul? Well, my friends, here in the final shape in the Salvation's Edge raid, we have finally received it. The non-denouement is an arc precision frame bow from the raid, and this thing is packing Volt Shot, baby. I'm just gonna spoil it, I'm sorry, because this thing has to be talked about. Now, before we dive straight into this weapons perk pool, I do briefly want to talk about the Salvation's Edge raid weapons origin trait. It's called Collective Purpose. Gain bonus range and handling with near allies, and then for bows, they receive a faster draw time, which is perfect for this bow, because since it's a precision frame, its draw time is going to be a little bit longer than something like a lightweight frame. And then swords are going to receive a faster charge rate, and the effect scales with the number of nearby allies. So if you're doing the Salvation's Edge raid itself with this bow, you're going to be noticing that it's going to be really snappy. It's going to feel really good to use inside of your hand. Now that we have that out the way, let's go ahead and pull up this weapon's perk pool. I'll be honest, you don't have to overthink this weapon at all. In the third column, I would recommend 3 perks. Shoot to loot, because shoot to loot is such a very good utility perk, and it being on a bow will allow you to pick up ammo from a really far distance away. Very helpful. We also have Dragonfly in the third column as well, which will be just make this bow an absolute ad clearing menace. Really embrace the identity of being the legendary Trinity Ghoul, which is what this weapon is. And then to round it out, we do have Archer's Tempo. This is one of the mainstays of perks for bows, as precision hits will decrease the draw time by 25% for 3 seconds. This is a very good perk. Allows you to shoot the bow back to back much quicker, and on a precision frame, that is very valuable. Now in the fourth column, we have some good perks. However, realistically, there's only one perk that you should be focusing on. Of course, that's Volt Shot. That's what's gonna make this thing the legendary Trinity Ghoul, because just with the nature of how bows work, as soon as you get a kill, Volt Shot's gonna be proc because it's a freaking bow. Now, yes, you do have other perks in here, like Explosive Head, a classic perk for bows as well. However, that's before we had Volt Shot on an arc bow, just saying. And then we have the new perk, Chaos Reshape. This weapon gains bonus damage while in combat for an extended time. Remaining in combat for even longer rewards a larger damage bonus, and periodically heals the wielder. What? I haven't played around with this perk too much, but on paper, it at least sounds very appealing. However, because this is the legendary Trinity Ghoul, my friend, I need you to focus on getting Volt Shot in that fourth column. The third column, you can go ahead and mix and match, whatever. But in the fourth column, you have to get Volt Shot. Do it! You'll have such a good time using it. And your exotic slot will still be free for whatever other weapon you want to use. Me personally, the bow that we're using in the background gameplay has Archer's Tempo as its third column perk, and I love it. I love Archer's Tempo whenever I use bows. I've heard it's pretty darn fun with Dragonfly as well, which makes total sense. Why wouldn't it be? And then Shoot to Loot is going to be your utility perk of choice in the third column. Now, some of these raid weapons are looking pretty spicy, but man, I would definitely have this bow towards the higher end on your priority list if the RNG is in your favor, solely because it's a legendary Trinity Ghoul. Point blank period. I'm ending the video now.